everyone, it's Krista from Botanical Bird. Today I just wanted to take you around and do an apartment tour of all of my plants. I just counted, I have 121 in less than 700 square feet. I'm just going to take you around, so let's get started. All right, y'all, so this is the view as soon as you walk in my apartment. So just starting over here with these built-in shelves, that is a Dracaena bicolor. Here, I'm gonna say this a lot in this video. These two are different types of Sansevieria, but Sansevieria were recently reclassified as the same type of plant as Dracaena. So this is now a Dracaena laurentii, formerly known as Sansevieria laurentii. This is a Dracaena cylindrica, formerly known as Sansevieria cylindrica. Down here I have a Fittonia. Down here I have a Spathiphyllum domino, also known as peace lily domino because of its variegation. This is a type of dumb cane. I have several different types of dumb cane. Officially, the more scientific name is Dieffenbachia. I don't always know all the different types, like the specific names of the ones I have, but this is one of them. Looking back toward the main view, here is one of my golden pothos. I have a couple in my apartment. This is a Calathea mosaica, hence because of the wonderful mosaic looking leaves. This is a spider plant, and the little babies it produces are called spiderettes. And I have a couple where when they have enough roots, you can cut them and they can become their very own plant. These are cuttings that are water propagating from my Cibubu pothos that I'll be showing you soon. Here is a Monstera adansonii. Here's another different type of Dieffenbachia or dumb cane. Fun fact, they're called dumb cane because if you ingest it, I think your tongue swells up and basically you can't talk. So don't eat that. This is a Dracaena, I think it's marginata or magenta, and I think it's because of, let's see if I can focus, the red edging around the leaves. This is a watermelon peperomia, leaves from a plant that I'll tell you about soon. These are cuttings from my neon pothos that I'll show you soon. But coming into my living room, I have this stool so I can show you some of the plants that are higher up. So here's a marble queen pothos. My bad. You can tell because of the variegation, it's not yellow, it's white. Some of my Calathea, please don't judge me, are not the happiest. They are known for being kind of picky. They really like really high humidity. They need purified water and will revolt with brown tips or crispy tips if you give them tap water. So they're not the happiest, pardon. But this is a Calathea white fusion. This is a Calathea orbifolia. This just goes to show you that even plant people who devote lots of their time to plants does not have the most beautiful plants always. Some of my plants are ugly and I've cut around the leaves. This is a plant that the newer leaves that it's been producing are happier. I think this is a newer one and it still has a little bit of a brown edge. This is a Calathea rosy. The leaves start out really, really rosy, and I think over time, let me see if I can make it clearer, they become slightly a pale green color. Another example of a Calathea is a Calathea macoiana. You can see on one side, on the front side, the leaves are green, and on the back they're red, which I just find stellar. Back here is a Stromanthe triostar. And then I have some cuttings from my red maranta. Back here, they're just rooting in water. See if you can see the roots. There you go, got some nice roots coming in. Then here, I have several different air plants. The official name, they're Tillandsias. I'm not sure the exact type. But here's one air plant I have. I have a little baby air plant in this cute little container, in this little pot. Here I have a rattlesnake Calathea, I think Calathea lancifolia. Peperomia, another one of my favorite genuses of plant. This is a marble peperomia. And then down here is my Calathea medallion, which is putting out a new growth point. Let me see if I can make that clear for you. Up here, I'm going to get on my little handy dandy stool. Up here, I have two Hoya Carnosa compactas. To the left of that, I have a Peperomia polybatra, also known as a raindrop peperomia. Right next to it is a sassy begonia, if you can see like the top of it. And then to the left of that is a ficus. I think it's repens or repens. Part of it, I think there's like two plants in it. The two-tone leaves are the variegated plant, and then just the green is the non-variegated plant. Right below that, I have an Alocasia Mayan mask, and Alocasia can become ginormous. They're beautiful. Here I have a spiderette baby from the mama spider plant I pointed out earlier. Then I have a Begonia maculata, then a Calathea zebrina. These have such soft leaves. Can you hear that? I don't know if that sounds soft to you, but it's very soft. And then one of my newest plants is one of my first two Syngonium. This is a Syngonium pink splash. The pink could be pinker, but it's like a little bit like orangey browny, but I'm pretty satisfied. We have a new leaf unfurling right there. This is a maidenhair fern. They are notorious for being very picky because ferns like to constantly have moisture in the soil, and as soon as it dries out, it becomes unhappy and it likes high humidity. Thus far, I'd say it's holding up pretty well. It doesn't look too much worse than when I got it. I really like how like bouncy they look. I feel like you just have to like shake it and watch it bounce. I don't know, something about it. Then to the left of my maidenhair fern is a different type of begonia that I have, so slightly different from the maculata, but same general idea with the polka dots. Then I have a philodendron micans, which, man, I used to think that this was such a lame plant. I don't know why. I think because it's just like straight up green, but the leaves are so velvety. Once again, I don't know if you can hear that, but on top of that, when the leaves first unfurl, they're like this awesome burgundy color. And then it's called hardening off. When they harden off, they like turn back to green. Here's my little baby Calathea vittata. I feel like this is such a unique Calathea because, I don't know, just the different tones of green have like mesmerized me. And then I believe this is a bird's nest fern. This crazy unruly person right here. In the corner here, I have my fiddle leaf fig. Then I have a Ficus elastica. This is the burgundy. And then down here's the Taniki. So same family, just different colors basically. I know this is a type of Dracaena. I don't know the official name. The common name I know is the Song of India, but I'm not sure the official name. Then down here, I have a Philodendron Brazil. I love it because there's 3 different tones of green in the leaves. Here's a Philodendron lemon lime. And one of my favorite things about this plant, let me see if I can find it. There's like one leaf that has a tiny streak of dark green. I don't know where it went. And then I don't know the names of a lot of my cacti, but back here, this is one of my favorite. It's called a bear paw cactus because look how fuzzy that is. Also, like it looks like it has little claws. So I got 2 little 2-inch plants and put them in the same pot. Sometimes I just walk by and just touch it because it's just so cute. And then I have a rock and pencil cactus that is trying to take over everything. This must be, I'm thinking, a type of Haworthia because of the kind of like clear tips. Haworthias have that a lot. So I'm guessing it's a type of Haworthia. Unsure what sort of succulent this is. And also unsure of this. My friend this is a cutting from a friend, and he got it from his friend named Carl, and he also named the plant Carl. So as far as I know, this is a Carl plant, in case you're curious. Then hanging from this big wooden dowel I have another philodendron Brazil right here. And then this is a Hoya Crimson Princess. I have another one that you'll see in my bedroom, but just look at these leaves. Look at all the different green and then crimson. They don't call it that for nothing. Look at these pink leaves also. So that's amazing. And then this is another Marble Queen pothos. And then this is I believe it's a Hoya Exotica or a Hoya tricolor. Some of the newer growth has the more variegation. This one's pink. So I love Hoya. It has like nice thick leaves. They're not succulents, but they're succulent-like. So I like that the leaves are nice and thick. And then here I have my Cibubu pothos. Here I have a Euphorbia, I think it's Amic, variegata. So a variegated Euphorbia. Here, I think this might be a type of Crassula, unsure, but one of my all-time favorite succulents. Look at that. Look at the texture. It is bonkers. And it's been growing a lot. Like from one, I don't know if it's a stem. From one stem, it'll branch off into like several different directions. This one was a gift. Another type of cactus. This used to be kind of a little bit sad. It was more red when I got it. And then I think I like had it in less direct light than what it wanted. So it's kind of reverted back to green. And I do know the name of this cactus. It's a Sirius peruvianus. And it looks like it's making this little baby cactus right next to it. Hello. So I might have gotten a free cactus with that. How about that? Okay, then over here, I have my Burrow's Tail. This is a jade, which I'm super impressed with. I think it was maybe it's grown like another third since I got it. Not quite sure, but I'm really impressed with my jade. It's stood the test of time. This is my string of pearls. Here is my bird of paradise. You can see it has that growth point right there. So I'm hoping that leaf comes out nice and happy. This is a rickrack cactus, a fishbone cactus, or a zigzag cactus. The actual name, I couldn't even tell you. Heading into this corner, sorry about the jostling of my phone. Here I have a Monstera deliciosa, which isn't the happiest. I've been treating it for possible pests. Here I have two Marantas. This is another Dieffenbachia or Dumbcane. I totally will learn the specific names of them one day, but I just love the leaf pattern. Look at that variegation. Beautiful. Here I have a Croton Petra, which is just like one of the most colorful plants I've seen. The new growth on it is all just straight up green. And so I'm not sure if it's because of it needs more direct light or if it'll harden off into red. I don't know. So moving into my room, let's start from here. One of my other newer plants is this tiger fern or variegated Boston fern. Okay, try not to freak out, but look at this variegation. So going from left to right, coming back, this is a philodendron Prince of Orange. When the leaves first come out, they're this nice orange, and then they harden off back to green. Here I have a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, which I am so pumped. Look at this new leaf. Yes, it's a little bit smaller maybe than the other ones, but look at those fenestrations, which are the slits in the leaves. So I'm like super, super happy with that. Back here, I have a water propagation of a Monstera adansonii, like the one I showed you that I have staked up. It has some roots that are working hard. Here I have a Tenanthe luberciana, or also known as a never never plant. Once again, can we guess what I liked about this? Variegation. I am such a sucker for variegation. But check out this giant leaf that is unfurling. Here I have a philodendron Birkin. So it's definitely kind of a baby one. This is another one of my Tillandsias or air plants. And look, it's a girl. It has a baby air plant. So last spring it flowered. It had two amazing, like bright purple flowers come out of the middle. And I was told it would die after that, which it did not. It produced this baby pup. So maybe it's gonna die after I separate the pup. I'm unclear. These are cuttings I have rooting in water. It is a Syngonium podophyllum variegatum. Back here, I am such a sucker for peperomia. This is a peperomia hope. And I also love like circular leaves. So any plant that has circular leaves, I'm all about it. So I have this little dude I recently got. Stick him back there. Here, I am just not good with Pelia. This is a Pelia peperomioides, and it is like one of my favorite plants. I just am not good with it. So they're called UFO plants or friendship plants. I think it's also called a Chinese money plant. Here I have 3 baby aloe pups that came off of this aloe right here. So I saw them coming out of that, and so I just separated them and repotted them. So 3 baby aloe plants. And then this is a Hoya opovata. Here I have a variegated chain of hearts. And if I had normal lighting, this would be beautiful. So like there's like pink edging around some of the leaves. Some of the leaves are more white. Then this is a variegated chain of, or string of pearls. And so far I feel like it's doing well. Bush on fire croton or croton. Nicholas, my boyfriend, likes to say crouton. So I just, once again, I love the different coloring. There's like red dots at the bottom and orange dots and then yellow dots at the top. Then I have a type of Haworthia. I've had this dude. I named this Zeke. This was one of my first plants, and I've had it for a couple of years now. And like every spring, he puts out these crazy like antenna. I cut this one because it got all dried up, but like I guess it's their flowers. But love me some Zeke. This is a mosh posh of lots of different succulents that I all put together. Some have not fared so well. Others have done grand, like these 3 have not changed a single bit, so that's great. Here's a spathiphyllum or a peace lily, and I thought I saw a new baby flower coming out somewhere when I watered it today. Aha! There you are. So that is flowering regularly for me now. And then in front of another big window, I have these hanging plants. This is a Dischidia nummularia. It's also known as a string of nickels. So my goal is for it to be cascading down, kind of like this Hoya pubicalix. And something awesome about Hoya is most Hoya have this like splash thing where on the leaf it has like little like light green or white like speckles, which I find amazing. Okay, y'all, this is one of my cutest plants. This is a string of turtles. Thank you. This is a string of turtles, and the official name that I cannot think of is Peperomia prostrata. Should have known. This is a crazy marble queen pothos. It is just the most variegated marble queen I've ever seen, so I had to get it. Down here, I have an assortment of succulents and cacti. Not sure the specific name of that cactus, or actually this one either. This is a grafted cactus, which means that it's 2 different cacti, and they sliced the top of this one and the bottom of this one and stuck them together, and then they grow that way. More succulents. I always think of this as like a coral cactus. Don't think that's the official name, but that's what I've called it. This plant also had mealybugs. This is a Dracaena compacta Janet Craig or Dracaena Janet Craig. This is my most beautiful Scindapsus pictus exotica. I love her. Look at the size of these leaves. I know that there are bigger leaves like out there, but I'm impressed with this one. And some of the leaves are like mostly silver. Like, come on, tell me you're not in love with this plant. And then if you tell me that, I'm just not going to believe you. So there you go. Here's another peperomia. It was called a peperomia golden gate on the website I bought it from. Don't know if that's officially the name. This is a propagated plant from one of my other pothos, my marble queen pothos. This is an Oxalis triangularis, I think. These are amazing because during the day, the petals like open up. Like I said, I'm not a big flower person, but these are pretty amazing. And then at night, they come back down. This is a Peperomia Ruby Cascade because of the ruby undersides to the leaves. So if you look here, the front side is green, and then the bottom side is ruby. So Ruby Cascade. This is a Tenanthe Burl Marxii, I think. Just, you gotta love these plants. Ugh, I'm just so in love with prayer plants and their coloring. And then here I have an Aglaonema, also called a Chinese evergreen. I think it's a Aglaonema Maria, I think. And then this is a Scindapsus pictus argyrius that I have trailing down here. And then another spiderette from my mother spider plant. All right, and then I have these floating shelves. And this is another baby spiderette from my mother spider plant. Here I have my chain of hearts. This is a Peperomia frost, which is just beautiful. Its leaves are this very silvery light green. So it's one of my favorite Peperomia. And then up here we have a little Pelea peperomioides. As I said, I'm not the greatest at caring for it, but I'm doing my best. I have another Begonia maculata right here, a Tradescantia zebrina, and those leaves are also beautiful. They have a lot of silver with like dark green stripes and then purple undersides. Very beautiful. And then a second Hoya Crimson Princess. Up here I have two water propagations from a Peperomia polybaja, or the raindrop peperomia, and then the Scindapsus pictus argyrius that was below on my little nightstand. And then next to it, I have an Alocasia tiny dancers. They're so cute. The leaves are super little. And then next to that is another watermelon peperomia. So yeah, that is all of the plants from my bedroom. And now we'll head into the bathroom. The last room of the tour. In here, hi, as you might see me in the mirror, this is Lucky Bamboo, which actually is not bamboo. It is a type of Dracaena, which I just learned. Everything's being reclassified as Dracaena, apparently. And up here on top of this cabinet, I have an ivy, which is not doing so hot. It needs a lot more light than what I'm giving it, but I've kind of given up on the plant, so it's kind of just like up there for cuteness until it dies. Here's a ZZ plant. The leaves come out light green and they harden off into the darker green. Then the last two plants of the tour. This was a former Sansevieria, now Dracaena. Don't know the specific type of Dracaena for you, but used to be Sansevieria, also known as snake plant, but as I said, they've been reclassified. And then here's just another Scindapsus pictus exotica. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me on my apartment houseplant tour of the 121 plants that I currently have and still counting. So please feel free to comment below about if there's any plants that you saw that I have that you also have, or if you have any questions about any of the plants that you saw. Thank you so much for spending the time, and don't forget, I'm rooting for you. Bye.